This is the Big Boss Jock radio show, where the listener is encouraged to rise up, revolt, kick off the revolution, opt to be part of the solution, liberate the Confederate States of America, Alamo placed as the capital. Episode 3, Analyst Assessment. Continuing. Video that was assessed, posted by CBSN. Clip entitled, Trump Threatens to Put Tariffs on Cars Coming to U.S. from Mexico. Uploaded on April 4th, 2019. Airtime, 8 minutes, 2 seconds. Enter in at 11 seconds to 16 seconds. Note the mic turned down, computer generated. Listener struggles, concentrates further. Some might opt to turn up the volume. If so, begins with a boom. Either way, increases frustration, incessant state of irritation associated with the theme. 11 seconds through the entire clip. Note the background noises, supposed shuffles, noises from the movements, reporters in the room, computer generated. Noises play on the psyche of those who opt to listen. Psychiatry session, pendulums with clicks, tick-tock of the ornamental clock, usual snap of the fingers, count forwards, then repeated backwards. Computer-generated rubbish being placed to the dialogue, heard often all throughout the clip. Moving forward, 16 seconds through 33 seconds. These are Don's exact words. Go ahead and feel free. Get the pen and paper. Listeners out there, understand the dialogue that's being placed to the image of the U.S. President known as U.S. President Don. Trump, USDIA, catch word, one that means number one. Anyone who repeats the president's name in turn is the chump, because they name him number one. When he's going to take a dive, he's going to make sure of the breakup of the U.S. territory, the formation of two countries, the autonomous region of California and the rest known as America. Don's exact statement, 16 through 33 seconds. It's gotta be a great deal. It's gotta be great. We been losing over many years, $400, $500, $600 billion a year. We're losing. A few years ago, we're losing 200 routinely to China. We can't do that. We're going to turn it over. Listener, we needs to be the United States of America is losing. We, mentioned again over again, is to group the listener. The country that has importance is the one with the name mentioned, China. The other country is the one termed we. The U.S. citizen is being stripped of their identity. The wording is meant to give the impression of flip this house, lingo with big business. Reminder to the viewer, Don is a businessman, not a politician, inept in the position, placement as U.S. President. Computer-generated dialogue, rubbish. You people need to understand it's only an image. What's going on, as far as in reference to the man, he isn't making spontaneous comments. It's done at a computer. The background noises, the lowering of the quality of the mic, there was better quality in the 70s. You people with all the technical advances can't understand what's being placed to the clips. It takes the viewer placing their faith in the authorities and believing that the deception, the illusion, is actually something true when it's the opposite. And I almost confused myself. See, that's backwards programming. Illusions aren't true. The deception is what it is, an illusion. The people are believing falsehoods to be truths. And what's evident is the lack of the naming of the nation. The United States of America is losing. The United States of America lost $200 billion year after year routinely to China. The United States can't have that happen. The U.S. citizen does not understand their place. They've had their identity robbed because soon their nation is about to be lost. Well, rolling. Let's roll along. 016 through 033. Head of state, country of the USA, should speak at a high intellect level. The public has been duped, thinking that Donald's performance is true. Now understand that it's computer generated, placed by the USDIA. The problem with listening to such a dialogue reduces the intellect level of those who listen. They take on the same form of expressing themselves. Reason for the placement, part of the reason, the use of we when Don speaks, listener needs to associate. In turn, understand the we. Understand in this way, it's a shell game. 4, even at times more, shells atop each read the same. Placed is the word W-E, we. Underneath each shell exists a different meaning. Under each. The possibilities when Don speaks. The subconscious must process, interpret, associate a meaning to the word we, W-E. The possibilities. He with the ambiguous one more. He with advisors. He with advisors included U.S. Customs with Borders, who are present at the meeting. He with the nation USA. He, meaning the citizens of the country, United States of America, with their president? Or is it he with the entire world? The subconscious of the viewer, it needs to be an overdrive, trying to associate, allocate the description, interpret the meaning of we. In turn, they are grouped. They become part of we in order to understand the dialogue. That's programming. They're not allowed to freely observe. They must interpret the words and appropriate a meaning instead of being given a clear description. In allocating we as a description of the nation, what occurs is disassociation. Those who don't identify are not part of we. In turn, are excluded. Country of USA, disenchanted, choose not to be included. Don, by referring to USA as we or ours, disassociates an entire group. Others who approve don't understand the issues, only comprehend what is easily understood. Program catchphrases with condition key words. Future time, repeated. Said again, same phrases, insert the same key words. When discussed are the issues. People spin circles. Problems unidentified. Issues fester, go unresolved. Computer generated. Population deceived by the dialogue. Readers who choose, let's go. Let's travel together. Won't be a cruise. Trip, make a visit. Begin to free the mind. Travel for a while. Mind, in order to unwind, no longer be held under the control MK Ultra. Drop the ambiguous use of you. Same with we. Stop with the hypothetical they, them, you, we. If used as she or he, perhaps it. Necessary first is to identify. Place a name to the subject, depending on what's being discussed, then later described. Repeat no more than 3 times. She, as with he or it. Later described, well, that's part of being discussed. Added in the line, but as I think, well, it would be discussed as being described. Thing is, what's necessary is to first identify, place the name. Appropriate? Follow up with 3, no more than 4 uses of the term he, she, it, whatever applies. Them. Necessary is to re-interject name of the subject, which receives the description. If, for example, Bill and Bob both took a trip. On the visit, he tripped. He fell. He shouldn't follow. Necessary is to insert the name. Place either Bob or Bill. Specify who tripped. English, when spoken, if used as proper grammar, MKUltra programming isn't able to be achieved, at least not nearly the same level as what is occurring at current date. Yankee speaks slop talk, accepts broken down grammar, computer generated, plays dialect, reduce the intellects. People don't use logic. Deductive thought process are inhibited. Can't form a conclusion. Get caught up in the illusion. Readers who are interested and no longer receive subliminal code, be held under the control, need to pick up the grammar. Instead of speaking Yankee English, better described as Yankee rubbish, revert back to English. Get out the grammar books. Learn how to express, convey a message clearly, as with efficiently. Take note, duration of the clip, misuse of the words we, as with you. The English placed the dialogue heard over the speakers near the screen usually. Don is speaking at a, 4th grade level? When did you as a pupil, listener, learn Spot jumps, Spot runs around the corner, Spot runs fast, and then went past and was able to say, Spot runs fast? Not knowing the identity of the dog, it went around the corner and it went further. Yeah, down a path. How many of you are stuck at Spot does flips? Spot does tricks? It's time to open the intellect. Go past the programming. Drop the ambiguous use of we They. You. Receiving instruction in the form. Anytime heard is the word you. Again, over again. Brainwashed what to do. Log on, you. What? What do I need to do? That's what happens in the subconscious. Stop. Use logic. Be informed. Come to a logical conclusion. Resolve the problem. Due to the issue was addressed. What arrives next? A solution. Then the conclusion. The problem's over. The issue was addressed. Move on to the next. It's quite simple when one uses higher intellect. Not happening at the leadership level. The United States federal government, United States federal government operating at a 4th grade level. Maybe some days 5th grade. Is it the 6th grade president? It's the elementary school. Statement, non-statement. It's got to be great. It's got to be great. Gotta, should have been, needs to be, or perhaps should be. Gotta was used, confused the views. When heard is God, G-O-D, God. Similar is the sound, got. Take note of the misuse. Programs, movies, to the news. Could be for entertainment value, all the same. Note the misuse of got. Yankee is anti, against our God, due to what's placed in the dialogue. A great disrespect for our God. Brought forth by Yankee Sam, programming the population to not follow, have faith in our God. Mention again and again a similar sounding word that's insignificant. Gotta. I am with our God. He's right here. He helps me do the rhyme. I do give my thanks to our one only God. This is the Big Boss Jock, signing off.